What happened that made you think I'm living in a nightmare? I was sitting in Dr. Martinez, my therapist's waiting room, when I accidentally saw my ex-husband's name in his appointment book. Declan Polk, the same man who cheated on me and was now fighting me for custody of our daughter. My stomach dropped as I stared at that handwriting because suddenly everything made sense. Every time I told Dr. Martinez about my abandonment issues from childhood, Declan would show up the next day talking about how I was just like my father who left. Every time I discussed my anxiety about being seen as an unfit mother, Declan's lawyer would attack exactly that in court the following week. I had been paying someone to help me heal while he was secretly feeding my vulnerabilities to the person who hurt me most. When Dr. Martinez came back from his phone call, I asked him directly about Declan being his patient. He got this look on his face like a deer caught in headlights before quickly saying he couldn't discuss other patients due to confidentiality. Then he started redirecting the conversation to my paranoid thinking patterns. After that session, I went home and started documenting everything. I made a timeline of every topic I discussed in therapy and compared it to Declan's accusations. The correlation was terrifying. I told Dr. Martinez about being triggered by the phrase, "You're overreacting," and Declan started using it constantly during our custody exchanges. I mentioned my fear of Rosie seeing me cry, and suddenly Declan said horrible things to me during all the pickups, so Rosie could see my face as I broke down. I even tested it by telling Dr. Martinez a fake story about being afraid of dogs, and within days Declan started bringing his girlfriend's massive German Shepherd to our meetings. That's when I knew for certain that my therapist was betraying me. I started researching Dr. Martinez online and discovered something that made my blood run cold. His wife Helen was a family court mediator, and she had mediated 2 of my custody sessions. Both times I lost significant custody time, and both times she recommended continued therapy with her husband for co-parenting improvement. When I checked my insurance records, I found something even worse. Declan had been attending family consultation sessions with Dr. Martinez that I never knew existed. So it turns out my insurance was paying for my abuser to get coaching on how to manipulate me better. I felt sick knowing that every breakthrough I thought I was making in therapy was actually making my situation worse. But then, just as I thought it seemed hopeless, I met a woman named Michelle in the courthouse waiting area during my next custody hearing. Something about her seemed familiar. We started talking, and I discovered she was also seeing Dr. Martinez and having similar problems with her ex knowing therapy details. Michelle told me her ex started using her childhood trauma against her in court, and only Dr. Martinez knew those details. I collected billing records showing the consultation sessions and court transcripts proving the correlation between therapy topics and legal attacks. Michelle did the same with her case. We found a third woman through online divorce support groups who had the exact same pattern with Dr. Martinez. 3 families being systematically manipulated by the same couple. The evidence was overwhelming, but I knew confronting Dr. Martinez was dangerous because he could retaliate by documenting my behavior as paranoid or unstable. During my next session, I brought all the evidence with me. I spread the billing records and timeline correlations across his coffee table while he watched in silence. His face went completely white when he saw how much I had documented. I told him I knew about the consultation sessions with Declan and his wife's involvement in my mediation hearings. I said I would file complaints with the licensing board and go public unless he told me exactly what was happening. That's when he finally broke down and admitted everything. He said it started small with just helping a few fathers win for once, but it grew into something bigger. He and his wife had been running this operation for 2 years, targeting women who seemed emotionally unstable during initial consultations. He admitted to teaching Declan exactly which buttons to push and when to push them for maximum impact. But then his expression changed and he started threatening me. He said he had been documenting my confrontational behavior and paranoid tendencies as insurance against exactly this situation. He pulled out a thick file with notes about my pressure points and told me he would recommend supervised visitation only if I reported him. He said he could make me look so unstable that I would lose Rosie completely. Full story on channel, linked below.